All right, so this is something that I've wanted to do for a little bit, and to give a little bit more of an in-depth playthrough of my Oranos build style and how I go about setting up the game and preparing myself moving into the mid and late game as we go. Now, what I end up doing with a lot of my matches, as far as Oranos is concerned, is to focus on early game pressure. A lot of where Oranos' strength ends up coming from the early game pressure and then just the high level of mobility and line of sight. Now, again, Oranos gets extra line of sight, and they have the Imperium speed, which is going to help out with the infantry. So right out the gate, I will tell you that possibly the best way to move forward for Oranos is 100% going to be the Oceanus route. I love the Oceanus route. It makes your Murmillos very strong. It improves other aspects of your catapulti so that you can help out against any counter cavalry that you need to do. But starting out with this build, all we're focusing on is going to an 8 citizen cap. So we have 1 citizen going over there for gold, 1 citizen going over there for food. Now, once he comes out, the first thing that I like to do is to go ahead and build a house so that I can go ahead and have a little bit of a window, a little bit of a breather, as far as we'll say citizen or being capped is concerned. Once this is done, we're going to have him go over and get some wood. From here, we have 1 on gold, 1 on wood. Everyone else is going over to go and gather food. That is going to be our biggest priority. Oh no, don't walk right into there. Get on out of there. Get on out of there. Get on out of there. You can camp right there. Okay, you're fine. So the idea here is that once I get 150 gold, I'm going to have this guy run off and gather some wood so that I can not only have the extra citizen, I should say, being created, because if I go ahead and make this town center right now, I fall behind a little bit, a couple of seconds on actually getting my citizen or my next citizen if I would have built the temple there. So we have him farm for, it's like 5 seconds. It's very, very small. But we go ahead and build the temple and then we're good to go. While we are scouting, what our purpose is, or what our focus is going to be trying to find like small little gaps, I should say, in where they are, the enemy is. So my goal is to be able to see where they can build and where they can go, and especially if we're playing against an Isis. Now, if this were a real player, more likely than not, Isis is going to be economic focused. So my goal here is, once this is finished, once this last citizen is finished, we'll have a total of 8 citizens, and then we're good to go. 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. So we go ahead and queue into Oceanus. We're scouting over here with all of our boys, our folks. Once he's done, we're going to take 2 citizens off of food and put it onto gold, 2 more off onto wood. Now, what I'm doing over here is I'm trying to get line of sight to see where he is going to go. But again, another thing that I'm trying to do kind of secretly in the background is to find a gold mine just like this. I want to mine a gold mine on his side of the map so that I can get ahead on, or have my at-home gold mine be my secret kind of like stash, so to speak. So while everything's cooking, we research Imperium speed, and then we take one of our guys off of the wood, and then we go ahead and build a sky passage. Yeah, you can do off of wood or gold. It doesn't necessarily matter, but my target is going to be building a sky passage back off over here so that I can farm that gold mine right there. So we're going to have him shift click so that he goes off over there the second that he's done. And now we are into the classic gauge. We auto queue our citizens so that they are getting food. And then from here, what we're going to go ahead and do is to go over and build 2 standard barracks, 2 military barracks. Because we are focusing on a heavy focus of the Murmillos, especially with the bonuses that we get from Oceanus, we want to make sure that everything is set up appropriately. We take our Caladrea, have her go ahead and scout around. With this guy, I would want to just sit right here. I just want to have a good vision of the gold mines. I want to have a good vision, because see, look, he's going to build a gold mine right off over, or he's going to build his, yeah, let's go right here. He's going to go ahead and try to get this one. So this changes our plan slightly, because what's he building? Oh, he's just building a granary. So let's go ahead and build this here. We'll build that sky passage a little bit further back. We're going to research the bite of the shark, which is definitely going to help out with us being able to deal with any kind of, we'll say, a military cavalry, or I should just say any kind of military in general. So we're going to send these guys because he's not going to be able to fight this. We're going to send these guys off over here. Once this is built, what my focus is, because we need to have the gold mine, right, is I want them to be here. Everything go right here, and then I'm going to be summoning Murmillos right there. Readjust this so that we're getting food here. And then we just want to have some of our military right here just queuing up. Now, we're getting food, and now we're getting close to getting capped on wood. We are going to need an additional guy here soon to go ahead. Actually, you can go here. I'll have you go there. So I want us to have a couple of Murmillos. I want us to have a little bit of, we'll say, of a defense in that regard. He's got his Pharaoh there. His Pharaoh isn't going to be that big of a deal, but I still want to be able to defend against it in that sense. So I'm actually going to have one go over here for wood. Yep. Have him deal with this priest. We'll get rid of the priest. And now we can contest this, right? This is what I want to do. I want us to be able to... Where do you summon the serpents? Get that priest. Yep. So the idea is that we are able to... Because you see what he's got right now. All right. So we see this. He's left his Anubite completely defenseless. Let's go ahead and research Frontline Heroics. And we'll have this go off over here. We'll have the summon the Carnivora back here so that we have a little bit of a defense, because it's going to be really hard. And again, the problem is, yeah, Caladrea, can you help me out? We'll use a Shockwave to stun, because now he has to go over here and deal with all this. He's trying to pull his units back, but we are here. Now, we see what he's going into, right? We see that he's doing a little bit of, what do you call it? A more offensive focused, we'll say, build. He's already got Bite of the Anubite. So, Bite of Anubis, I think is what the actual skill is. So let's go ahead and get medium infantry. We'll keep training these guys. We're working off over here. I'm also going to summon another Caladrea. So my focus here is now to essentially shut him off from this gold mine, right? So I want to be able to see this over here. So let's go ahead and we got our counter barracks. The reason that we got our counter barracks is because we need a cherry ballista. He's going to have a lot of, what do you call it? He's going to have a lot of infantry. Of course, they don't really have any cavalry until they get into the heroic age. But right now, my goal is going to be to shut down any kind of expansion that he may have, anything that he's trying to do off over here onto the backside. That is going to be my focus now. So we move that there. Everything is looking good. We have two Caladreas over here. Now we have a little bit more of a defensive capability. I want to get at least a couple of these guys. I'm going to train them so that they can be... Oh, okay. So now he's got... Okay, so he's got a second TC, which is, again, that's to be expected. Now we want to be a little bit more aggressive in this regard because I want us to be able to contest that as best we can. Now we're done there, so let's go ahead and move this off over here. Don't have enough wood. There it is. For Cherry Ballista. So we'll see if we can't... Because he's got slingers right now, and he's going to go into Axemen, which, again, we knew. But the idea is to overwhelm them. Kill that guy, please. Thank you. We can fight this. That's the thing, is that we can 100% fight this. So let's send that one over there. We're just able to basically rip through because we're pretty strong. And I want to get rid of this, the serpents here, because I want to see if I can't pressure, because there he goes. He lost his Pharaoh, right? He's got that gold mine. I want to check off over here. I want to make sure that I'm essentially covering everywhere that I need to be, because I want to be able to stop him from his expansions and him containment. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do containment here. Kill off his priest. And that's also one of the benefits, I should say, of the we'll just even say the oh wow, we're actually so far ahead in gold and food. So all right, now that we have such a lead, we need to build an armory, right? I'm gonna queue up another. Still got Murmillos. We're still cooking with a lot of different things. But I want us to be able to be offensive. So I see that he's got this gold mine. Now, this is going to be a bit of a trek. But I want these guys to move off over here because I want to be able to pressure that off over here. Can I just? So my goal now is that now that I'm kind of expanding off over here, we got this. Let's go ahead and go into Hyperion, right? I'm going to take this guy over here because I'm going to want to get this. Oh, damn. Are we getting attacked? We are getting attacked. Pull out. This is the benefit right here. Is that's way too large of an attack. But that's okay, because we can just get out. Bam. So he's got this gold mine off over here. We lost that gold mine, so let's go ahead and add pressure over onto this side. So we'll go here so that they can go there, which is fine. It's everything is going fine, going according to plan as so to speak. And just wall off that section just because I don't trust it. So that one's cooking right there. We got stuff moving. Let's go ahead and move him off over here. Let's go ahead and get the hack armor. And now here's the big play. Is that now that we're moving into the heroic age, we're going to build a whole bunch more of barracks because we are going to want to be able to defeat them in almost every capacity that we can. So look, we pull all these guys back. Right. Now that's walled off, right? We can come over here and farm in peace or get our food in peace. And just to be a jerk, we're going to go ahead and build a barracks or a, what do you call it? Look at all of his citizens. He's got so many of them. We'll use a chaos so that we can get a little bit of a lead. Because this is only going to take 18 seconds. And now what we're going to do is get some Arcus. We'll get those guys moving. We'll train upgraded military or upgraded armor or, what do you call them? Not armor. I forget what they're called. Let's pull these guys back. I don't like this because the Murmillos, the biggest counter to them is 100% going to be the oh, I'm out of gold, that's why. The counter to them, heal, big heal. Yeah, biggest counter to them is going to be on the back end is 100% going to be the freaking any kind of ranged is going to absolutely crush everything that we have. So we're off over here. We have this area secure. I don't like that you guys keep running into that. Thank you. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and get gold. Let's go ahead and have you guys get food. Keep cooking in that regard. Satyr, what the hell are you doing off over here? Hopefully he makes it. So right now our focus is going to be booming and getting, oh my goodness, I don't know how he lived. Down off over here, oh boy. So now that we have heavy destroyers. Destroyers are just, they're so incredibly tanky. You can just have a team of like 5 or 6 destroyers and they would like, look how much damage is actually happening here. There's just so much going on. They can't handle it. Are you guys not popping out? I don't think you guys are popping out. Yeah, come here. So we now got our Arcus Ball rolling. And again, the idea is to have counter to basically everything that he has going on. Right now, we are moving very efficiently with a lot of different things. Now, kind of what do you think you're doing? Excuse me, sir. So now, kind of what I want to do, and something that I haven't done very well, is to actually build up any of my, what do you call them? Oh, we need to upgrade that. Come on, where's my, I didn't even build a damn, any upgrade. I'm so dumb. You could also upgrade, you could upgrade quite a few different things, while you're going through, but like right now, we're in such a good spot. Like, I don't know if there's really too much that he will be able to do to stop me in this regard. So, oh, right, we can't do it because of Isis. That's okay. So I want us to keep making these guys over here on the back end. I want us to get some damn upgrades. We'll get that. We'll get the Arcus upgrade. Because Arcus are very, very strong. And they're, yeah, just moving through. Have these guys get rid of the towers. Kill that one. Thank you. We'll just go for the straight for the town center. Moving straight through. And the idea is that there's very little that he will be able to do, right? That's kind of the idea, is that there's very little that he'll be able to deal with us. And it's kind of hard for him to catch back up in this regard. I didn't even build a what do you call it? A damn, no. Keep going. Deal with the towers. Have these guys deal with the damn towers. Over here. Deal with the towers because the towers are attacking us. Use your heads, guys. But the idea is that the destroyers are able to just basically march straight through everything. And once you get to this point, it's essentially GG. But the idea is that you're moving so fast through the entirety of the match that there's really not too much that they can do. And again, the main focus is to, once you get into the heroic age, is to start leveling out destroyers. Destroyers are they're just so strong in so many different situations. I mean, baseline, they hit for 8 damage, but then they have a 9x multiplier against buildings, right? Like, and they move 10% faster, and you just look at their armor, 37%, 70%, 73% against piercing. There's not a lot that the enemy team will be able to do, the enemy player will be able to do. And then you have the support staff of the Caladrea up here just floating around and healing. And then you have the backups of the Arcus. Long range, decent damage. I mean, there's just so many different things that it does right. Like, I don't even think I have any Murmillos left. I have one Murmillo left. But the idea is that you're able to basically move through and shut off the opponent where they don't expect it. And then, like, even here, I realized that that sky passage was done because there was a large force here. I wasn't able to deal with it. I wasn't able to fight it back. So I go, okay, let's change it over here. Move this sky passage off over here, because now I can go ahead and fight on both of these. I can defend both of these gold mines, which is where he wants to naturally progress. And then the palace is here dealing enough damage to ward off anything here. On the back end, I'm building another town center, and I've secured all this over here. Yeah, that would have been fine. I've secured all this over here. Food, gold, another TC. Like, it's about zone control with Oranos and being able to see where their opponent's going and where you're at. So it's not necessarily written into stone on how each match will go. Again, if you're playing against enemy players, you're going to run into a bunch of different times where it's not going to go as planned. But all in all, the idea of it is to shut off the opponent before they can start to expand and start to grow. Now, again, a heavy counter to this kind of Oranos play is more so in the back end, where they can, if they can get to the heroic, and especially Egyptians getting into the heroic age, and then they have the mid-gold strongholds, and they're holding off multiple town centers, Isis being very boomy, it ends up becoming a little bit difficult, because then you would have to go back here to the counter barracks and start relying on the heavy catapultes, because again, everything that comes out of the mid-gold stronghold is considered cavalry, so a bunch of heavy catapultes, and then even training into the weightless mace. But that's only as a reaction of us getting in, or them getting into the heroic age. This Isis never got into the heroic age. They were still stuck in the classic age. We were in the heroic age, and we just had enough force once we started to get the destroyers. I have 4, non-heroic, and then 7, yeah, 11 destroyers, and they just deal so much damage just on their own. It's about control. That is Oranos that I found out that works out the best, is just control. Use your mobility, use your line of sight to make smart plays, and shut them down before they can grow. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.